Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
It's 11:02. Welcome to the Lock Shop. I am Dustin Nielson, the most consistent and best host on the Lock Shop. Hustle will be joining us shortly. I just finished blowing Trev's mind with my hacky sacking abilities. Trev, tell the people how sick that was.
Well, this was actually pretty sick. I've never seen anyone kick a hacky sack or juggle a hacky sack like you just did.
What do you mean? You've never seen anyone?
I've never seen what you did with your right leg. I think the way you kind of look like a pelican or a bird.
Yeah, I guess I do kind of bring it up a little bit higher.
I've never seen that strategy before. It's usually like when you do the inside kick.
And then you just get going on the inside.
I thought you just did that for 100 straight times back in high school.
No, I was mixing in the outside foot.
Yeah, that was really impressive. And I hacky sack not as much as I did back in the day, but I know my way around a hacky sack, and I've never done that. What I just saw you do. So yeah, I'm very surprised by that. Like my jaw dropped. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. I gave Dusty, I dapped him up after. I was very impressed.
He dapped me up. He totally dapped me up. It was cool. Yeah. I felt pretty hip and cool.
Yeah. And it was just consistent.
I hadn't hacky sacked in years. I just grabbed that thing. What I hit, 20?
Yep.
Boom, boom,
right
boom,
around
boom,
there.
boom.
You went back and forth on your left and right feet several times, man. You just kept on going.
Do you believe that my record was over 100 back in the day?
Yes, I do, actually. That was consistent. Every single kick you did. It was just...
I kept that thing right in control. I was going from my left foot to the outside of my... Or the front toe of my right foot.
It was weird, man.
Kind of along my body and then right back over.
I've never seen that before.
I'm feeling alive.
Can I interest you in a hacky sack?
Oh, for $10? Hell no. I'm going to skip the middleman and go straight to your grandma. Have her do them for me for free. Yeah. With that being said, I will say pretty good quality hacky sack.
Not bad.
Not going to lie. It got the job done.
Gets the job done for sure.
I like that. I had some buddies back in the day who had the hacky sack that was barely any beads in it, just thin enough to move it around. That always felt like cheating of it because it was so soft.
Those are so easy.
Anyway.
That was good.
So there's that. We're buzzing today. 780-218-9999. That's where you can get in. Pretty good day yesterday. The early bird bet of the day hits. That was, what was that? And a plus 290 or something after they had the McDavid 2 assists in there. And then the Dusty's play of the day hits at plus 200. McDavid power play point, Draisaitl power play point. A no sweater, an easy cash. That was nice. Of course, all of Edmonton Sports Talk, including and especially the Lock Shop, brought to you by our partners over at Play Alberta. Download the Play Alberta app today. Click on EST specials every single day, and you'll see what we've got on the go. Also, if you're there, you can dabble in the casino if you wish. You can play with the live dealers. I was watching Reed Wilkins on Tilt yesterday, playing blackjack when I was leaving the office around 1:30. He'd been on a bit of a cold streak, but I'm sure he stuck with it and turned it around. And if the Reed Wilkins show ever starts and it's only glue guy, let it be known it's because Reed is on a heater in the boardroom and just can't get away from the live tables over at playalberta.ca. Remember to use your game sense when you are wagering. We don't want anybody to get in over their head. And if you start to feel a little bit of stress, go to Game Sense and keep sports betting fun. We've got one play already up today. We're going to add another one here today. Or probably a couple, actually. So Huss is going to be joining us. We'll probably set up something in the NHL. And then yesterday somebody was asking us for a 6-point teaser for the National. So maybe we'll tease all 6 games today. I'm going to just put together a 6-game wild card weekend teaser and go from there. We'll take a look at any line movement that's already popped up as well. The early bird bet from this morning, Montreal Canadiens to win. They're at home tonight against the Flames, and then the San Antonio Spurs to win as well. That is sitting at plus 126. Lakers played last night. I wouldn't even say they played well last night, but Luke had a pretty good game. LeBron had a really good game. And they ended up beating a not very good Pelicans team by not as much as I thought they would. And this is the second half of a back-to-back. They're kind of banged up. I'd be very shocked, and I watch the Lakers a ton. I'd be stunned if they go into San Antonio, beat the Spurs in the second half of back-to-back. So I feel really good about that one into this parlay. with the Habs over the Calgary Flames tonight. Casino dealer Jay to Northside Sandwich saying, I like how Hernan can pick winners for himself, but not for the screw it, let's do it. So when I first saw that pop up last night, and Hernan Salas with, well, I mean, let's just say it, he's the big winner of the day last night. He hit a plus 14. Here it is. He calls it a nice little Tuesday hit. Like he's like a nice little Tuesday hit for Hernan. Like he's, what was that one episode of Seinfeld when Costanza had all the money and he was hitting on the ponies or whatever. Or he was investing. He was investing at the time. He's like, oh, it's $100. This is what Hernan, this is what it feels like. A nice little Tuesday night hit. It was plus 14-11 he hit last night. Gabe Vilardi with a point. Leon with 2 points. Pavel Zacha with a point. And Colin Graff with a point. And Hernan hit that last night. So that was exactly. Huss just made a face that I made when I saw that Colin Graff was on the board for Hernan last night. So let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk. Oilers and Jets coming up tomorrow. We'll obviously dive into that a little bit more tomorrow. Huss, you ever put Colin Graff into a 4-leg point parlay in the NHL?
How is that not like 20 or 25 to 1? I mean, once he got in there, I guess it was points, not goals. But
it was points, not goals. But what's crazy, so I said to Hernan today, I called him on it. Like, he comes in, I walk over, I'm like, man, 4 legs? He goes, yeah. And I said, Colin Graff? He goes, I had Colin Graff to complete a 5-legger a couple of nights ago, and he's the only one that let me down. So he's like, I decided to double down on it tonight with Colin Graff again. And then he tells me, he goes, oh, and also Colin Graff's point was a secondary assist on an empty netter. That's how he cashed it. Secondary assist, empty netter to cash a plus 14-11.
You know, I actually tuned in for that game because, of course, we had our parlay that we put together, and the Leafs were not able to get the dub.
No,
so I'm at the Jets, the Golden Knights game last night, realizing that on such a large slate that the Leafs have ruined the evening for us in the lock shop.
Yeah.
And I remembered our conversation as to who do we like better, the Kraken or the Sharks as home dogs?
You got them both.
The Oiler game hadn't started yet.
Yeah.
So I went Oilers, Sharks, Kraken, and that one saved the day. So, by the way, not that I really want to talk about the Winnipeg Jets at all, but there was 12 games last night? Home teams were 11-0-1. Like the home teams won every single game last night, well, with the exception of the Jets who lost in OT. But I mean, if you had sprayed the board with home teams or some big parlay, hopefully maybe you didn't. You saw a team on a 9-game losing streak going for 10 and didn't put them on the ticket. But if you just blindly hammered home teams last night, you were in a very, very good spot.
This might be, I don't know where you're at on the Jets right now. I mean, last night was one of those games where, isn't that kind of what you were talking about yesterday, Huss? Like, play well, be competitive, and maybe don't get the full 2 points. Like, were people leaving Winnipeg last night, leaving the arena going, it's not the end of the world?
They're disappointed because it really felt like they were going to be able to get one. I mean, they were up 2-0. It was 2-1 in the third period. Vegas tied it up, and then Kyle Connor had a real nice goal. They were up again. And, you know, it was a crazy bounce off a shot that's just right to Riley Smith with an open net, puts it in. I mean, it's just, you know how it is when things are going bad. To be honest, what's happening with the Jets right now remind me of the Oilers run at the beginning of the season. Was it 2 years ago that ended up getting Woodcroft clipped?
Yeah.
Like sometimes they'll play great. Sometimes they won't play. It just doesn't matter. At the end of it all, they're going to be on the wrong side of it. So yeah, it was unfortunate. And I mean, I'll get into this a lot more on WST today, but you hear the coach afterwards and like Luke Shan, a respected veteran in the room. It's hard not to listen to them talk after the game and think that they have the same realization that I have come to over the last little while, that this isn't happening this year. And, you know, they're already talking about, you know, being professional, come and doing what you're paid to do. after game 41.
Yeah.
It's a bad spot to be. I mean, the only thing I think that could salvage this, and I talked about this quite a bit yesterday, is that, you just feel this short-term pain, hopefully for long-term gain, and you end up getting a real stud with a very high pick in the draft that you never thought you'd be able to, that can come in and really revitalize your franchise over the next few years.
Let me say this conversation around the office a few moments ago, right before we started Lock Shot, we were talking about, so the Oilers last night, they played the Preds. It pretty much went as expected. McDavid, hat trick. He's over his last 16 games, Huss, McDavid's at a 200-point pace. Over his last 16 games, he's 2.44 points per game over his last 16 games. Like he's gone supernova. It's ridiculous.
That over 2.5 points at only plus 220, those still seemed like almost free money.
Yeah, which sounds insane, right? And then so Draisaitl scores. He always scores against Nashville. And the Oilers hadn't been playing that well post-Christmas, and last night they were excellent. But Hernan and I were talking, and I don't know if Reed was in or maybe it was Eric, but we were talking, and we're like, I think the Jets might be a live dog tomorrow night at home, right? Like they're going to have to end this streak somehow. Yeah. They outplayed the Oilers and simply just got stoned by Pickard last time. I could see Edmonton being in a spot where it has been up and down since Christmas, and they're fat and happy after this game against Nashville. I don't know. There's like a vibe around the office that we're like, we think the Jets might beat the Oilers tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, listen, sooner or later, as they say, it's not like they're not showing up for these games. I mean, they are literally the hockey's incarnation of Murphy's Law right now. I mean, with the exception of big time injuries. And listen, touch wood, you don't want anyone to get hurt. I wouldn't be surprised if the way this looks to be shaping up, if post-Olympics, into March and early April, if there's a few top guys on the Jets that get the Max Crosby treatment, where they're there for support, but their services won't be needed to actually play. But they'll be out there. I mean, obviously, there'll be a lot of Oiler fans in the building, as there often are. They're going to win at some point. And I do think that a team like Edmonton sort of ramps up. It's a big challenge. You don't want to lose in your home building. You need to be good, or you're going to get embarrassed against a team that's got a McDavid and Draisaitl. So we will see. I mean, the funny thing, Dusty, like even last night, like that game was a pick'em. Now, Vegas had been in a real slump of their own. I mean, they had only won 1 of 9. So, which is great. Those two teams last night combined in their last 18 games had 1 win. For Winnipeg and Vegas, 2 teams that were like, at the top of the standings last year. But it is it's a miserable run. I mean, this is the worst in 2.0 history. I think they're flirting now with Thrasher's records. To be honest.
Oh no! Don't say it ain't so, Huss. My God.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really care about the franchise records that include the Atlanta stuff, but the second that's even mentioned, considering how bad that team was for their time in the NHL, that things have really, really gone into the shitter.
I have not looked it up yet. Let's continue to just dive into last night a little bit in the National Hockey League. Then we'll take a look at tonight's slate, put together a little parlay, and then we'll move over and discuss some NFL stuff. Last night must have been, and I have not looked this up, but I am pretty sure that I can be confident in saying last night might have been the first ever 44 save shutout performance and a 9-0 win in NHL history. Don't you think, Huss?
It's so funny you say that. So waiting for my buddy that does the game production at the rink, and we roll out on the way home and just pop into Win to check out those last couple games. And I'm like, hey, did you see that the Devils lost 9-0? And he then goes down a deep dive of just 9-0 games in NHL history.
Okay.
And the one thing we said, we can guarantee that there's never been, it was at 44 or 45 save.
44 saves for Sorokin.
44 save, 9-0 shutout. I mean, just what a bizarre game. I was seeing, obviously I wasn't watching the game, But I saw a lot of people going after Andre Palat, saying that he needed to be benched. that he was
-5.
benched, that he never needs to play again. Yeah, he only played 939 last night. The minuses across the board are ugly. He got a -5. Lamico, Connor Brown, Cody Glass, they all had 4s. Luke Hughes, who had to meet the media after a real tough game, his previous game.
Is that when he scored on his own net?
That must have been it. That must have been it. Why they had it. And then you look at the Islanders. Anthony Duclair, hat trick and 2 assists, +6. Just an absolutely bizarre game, especially when you consider. Oh, that was the other thing that Ball said to me when I said, "Oh yeah, the Islanders beat New Jersey 9-0." He's like, "Oh my God, did Markstrom start? He's got him in fantasy."
He started and finished.
Yeah,
Yeah. 9
crazy.
9 goals against.
Oh,
Yeah. I know.
so the Devils outshot the Islanders by 20.
Yeah, I saw it pop up on Twitter last night. Somebody said, can't remember who it was. Somebody who covers the NHL put it up, and it was just like, this league, man. And it was 9-0 Islanders win. The win-o-meter, like the old win-o-meter, was Devils 75%. And they lost 9-0. So it was just an all-time weird game. I AI'd some Islanders 9-0 previously, sort of thing. It says here, the Islanders have won 9-0 6 times in their franchise history. They last did it January 9th, 1986. Also, the Devils have now been on the losing end of 9-0 scores against both the Islanders and the Rangers in their franchise history.
Hey,
So,
can
there's
you ask AI just while you're there?
Yeah.
How many 9-0 finals have there been ever in the NHL?
I tried that. I don't know. Let me see. How many 9-0?
We were on, that was a big part of the dive. Like, how many times is just a 9-0 score?
How many 9-0 finals have there been in NHL history? Let's see. I don't know. Let's see if it's thinking, it's searching.
It's going through.
The precise total number of 9-0 games in NHL history is not specified in these search results. Damn. But it has occurred many times throughout the league's history.
Yeah, I think our research had it at around 55.
Really?
But again, we don't have a confirmed number on that. We tried to find it out last night.
In 1941-42, the Red Wings and Maple Leafs each had a 9-goal game in the Stanley Cup final. It was 9-4 and 9-3, but they each had 9-goal games. It's going back quite a ways. Thank you, AI. Appreciate that.
Are we going to see a big shakeup at the top of the Stanley Cup odds board now that the Avalanche have lost as many games in regulation in the last 3 days as they had all season?
Yeah, you know who these guys are? They're the OKC Thunder, who start the year 27-1 and then have been 6-6 in their last 12. That's
glad I didn't get that. I'm glad we didn't get that bet up as to whether they would
lose back-to-backs.
The Warriors record.
Oh yeah, over Warriors record too. Yeah,
that would already be a loser. I can see it though. Avalanche, they've been so good. They're 13-2-3 or whatever, 13-2-7, heading down to Florida. Probably had the rookie party. Probably, did it up pretty good, and you lose a couple close games.
That's why we stayed away from it yesterday. We were looking at that game yesterday. We decided to stay away from it. Baptized Big Uke says the Islanders also had 17 blocks in the game as well. So busy night for Sorokin. So basically it was just pepper, and then the other way, shoot and score. And then they came back, hammered away again, and went down and shoot and score.
What I need to see what Sheldon Keefe had to say about that game afterwards.
The only thing I saw about it was that he was very poorly lit. I don't know if you saw it. Like his lighting was awful. It looked like a hostage is in a hostage situation.
You probably felt that way. Oh, Sheldon Keefe is trending. Well, yeah, you're right. That does look like a hostage video. And then, yes, Jersey fans not happy that he left Markstrom in for all 9.
With Patrick Waugh on the other bench. I wonder what Patrick Waugh was thinking.
Oh,
Hey?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, Patrick Waugh sitting on the other bench. I'll never forget that day. God, that sucked.
Wow.
All right, we got...
And, Markstrom's been so bad this year.
Yeah.
And this is going to just completely compound the misery of his numbers. I wonder what they are actually now after that game. I mean, a 9-0 game and the .625 save percentage is really, really going to hurt the bottom line.
He's at a 3.48 and an 8.78
78
right now.
10-1.
5 games tonight, Huss. So let's dive into this NHL slate tonight. By the way, actually, before we go there, Stanley Cup winning odds right now, top 10 teams. Colorado sitting at plus 260. Tampa just under 7-1. The Golden Knights just under 8-1. The Panthers at plus 845. The Hurricanes at plus 845. The Oilers at 11-1. The Stars at 18-1. The Caps at 20-1. The Wild at 22-1. And the Devils at 30-1. So that's where we're sitting right now.
What's the number on Winnipeg right now?
65-1.
Which is, dude, they're the last place team in the league.
Yeah.
They've got like a less than 8% chance of making the playoffs. Look at how many teams have a bigger number than Winnipeg. We were talking about this yesterday on WST.
They're like more than half the league.
65.
Yeah.
Yesterday, going into action, the Detroit Red Wings were the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, and they were 75.
Yeah, I'm seeing them at 75 right now. Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, it needs to be a bit of a rejuggling here. I think that's
like I'll say this: if you think that any of those mid teams in the East, Montreal, Detroit, have a chance to win, I think they're really underpriced right now. I mean, that those like 75-1 is a team that, is out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like you even look at, the money puck wheel or whatever, and it'll give those teams 2-3% chances to win the whole thing. I was absolutely stunned at that. And I don't know whether they just haven't been paying attention or the fact that the Jets lose by 1 goal every game and they're in all of them and they're
just sort of leaving it there. Yeah.
Not ready to fall off them, but it's crazy, man.
All right. Let's see here. We've got 5 games tonight. Dallas is in Washington coming off that loss last night in Carolina. It'll be Casey DeSmith for Dallas and Logan Thompson, who's been outstanding. He gets the net for Washington. Jacob Fowler will get the start for the Habs tonight. Dustin Wolf's going to go for the Calgary Flames. Vamelka listed as likely right now for the Mammoth. They're at home against the Senators. Nothing confirmed for the Sens yet, but Miralainen is listed as unconfirmed. Spencer Knight will go for the Chicago Blackhawks. Looks like it'll be Hofer for the Blues. And then the late game, the Kings and the Sharks. Sharks in the second half of a back-to-back after the win last night against the Kings. That one's in Los Angeles. Probably going to be Kemper versus Askarov, but it has not been confirmed just yet. So a lighter night tonight, as it usually is on Wednesdays, Huss. So we got the Stars, the Caps, the Flames, the Habs, the Blues, the Hawks, the Sens, the Mammoth, and the Sharks and the Kings. The biggest favorite on the board tonight is the Kings at minus 263. What do you like here, Huss? Who jumps off the page for you?
Well, I think straight up, if I was just going to make one side bet today, I think I like the Habs.
That's good because I put them on a parlay earlier today, so I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty reasonable number. Anything under minus 150 at home against Calgary, I like that number. Very intrigued about this Dallas game against the
Capitals.
Against the Caps. Dallas got whooped pretty good last night by the Carolina Hurricanes. And strangely enough, Dallas has actually lost 6 games in a row.
They've lost 6 in a row? Man, everybody in the West is just losing tons of games in a row.
Well, you look at looking at the East, Tampa's won 8 in a row. And then it's just 1 winner, 1 loss for the rest of the division. Penguins have won 5 in a row. and it's all wins. But yeah, you get into the West, and in the Central, Colorado's lost 2 in a row, Dallas 6, Minnesota 2. And then it's the Blues, the Blackhawks that have winning streaks. And then there's that ugly 10L beside Winnipeg. The Kraken have won 4 in a row. And then you've got, the Ducks have lost 7 in a row right now.
Yeah, they're reeling right now.
Leaking on. Oh, speaking of the Ducks, one thing that we didn't talk about. How about Trevor Zegras' celly last night?
With the phone, boom, done.
They asked him about it. What was that celebration about, Trevor? He's like, that was how quickly they put the phone, they hung the phone up after they told me I was traded.
Well, he's got swag. He always has.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
You know what's interesting with Dallas? Dallas is like in those 6 losses. I mean, 2 of them went to overtime. Another one went to the shootout, but they've given up 4 goals in all 6. Like they're 4-4-4-4-4, and then 6 against Carolina last night. So they can't keep the puck out of their net right now. And they're going to the Smith tonight.
I mean, the Caps just beat the struggling Ducks, but had lost to Chicago and Ottawa in the previous couple of games. I mean, Washington has not been very good either. I don't know. It's a really tough pick because, I mean, I think normally you'd look, Dallas, we get Dallas a plus money. They're certainly really due to, get a win. They're an excellent team. But maybe this is just that slump in the middle of the season.
Yeah, and I kind of side with Logan Thompson in this one. In net for the Capitals, right? He's had I mean, what's he, 915 save percentage at 2.37 goals against average. So I think all things considered, I think I'd probably be on Washington in that one. They're minus 125 at home. What about Blues Hawks, Sens Mammoth, and Sharks Kings?
Well, Blues Hawks, both of these teams have actually been winning a couple games lately. The Hawks, I think, have won 3 in a row.
And they're a home dog tonight.
They had that comeback win over Vegas heading into last night. St. Louis, for their part, they've won a couple. They just shut out the Habs. And I think that was Binnington after beating the Golden Knights.
It was Binnington.
So they probably roll with Binner again, coming off a shutout.
That one is unconfirmed right now. They had Hofer on Daily Faceoff listed, but he was totally unconfirmed. And they haven't played since January 3rd. The Blues are coming in here 3 days off. Now, Chicago hasn't played since the 4th, so Chicago had 2 days off themselves. Spencer Knight is confirmed to go for Chicago.
I think I lean St. Louis just because I think they're a better team. But do we like this Ottawa-Utah game is interesting because Utah, after that great start, has been sort of win one, lose one, win one, lose one. This is also the first game back from an Eastern road trip.
They went 2-1 on the trip. Islanders, Devils, and Rangers.
And the Sens, this is the first game. I actually don't mind Ottawa in that. If we're just not looking to pick straight up, 3 favorites. What do you think about the Sens?
Well, the Sens I'm just looking at their last 4 games. Okay. They lost to Columbus 4-1. They beat Washington 4-3. How were they against Winnipeg? You saw them against Winnipeg. Well, how'd they look there?
I mean, they were in the top left corner of the Circus Sportsbook in the middle of the NFL. Okay. So, I mean,
I'll
let
that one slide.
To see what happened.
I'm surprised they even got the top left corner screen. That's pretty good. Did you request that?
Know what? I was impressed. There was, I think, 4 hockey games on, and 3 of them they had up. I'm going. So again, I was just sort of following along. I did see Logan Stanley smoke Brady Tkachuk in the face, and he got the one gamer for that. I'm like, well, where's the $5,000 fine that everyone else seems to get? But punching Brady Tkachuk in the face is not going to hurt Logan Stanley's trade value at the deadline.
He'll be fine. Yeah. Then they lost to Detroit 5-3, but in these last 4 games, they outshot Detroit 39-19. They outshot the Jets. They outshot the Caps. They outshot the Blue Jackets. So they've kind of, even if you go back, I mean, they 32-31 in Toronto. Shots were pretty even. Buffalo, they're pretty even. They outshot Boston by 8. They outshot Chicago by 16. So they're carrying the pace of play a little bit. And they're a dog.
Yeah,
105. I've seen 105. Yeah,
plus 105. I mean, if we go Washington, Montreal, Ottawa, it's over 5-1. I'm seeing around plus 520 before a boost.
Yeah. So that'd probably be up to around 550 at least. Okay, let's do that. So we'll lock in the Habs, the Sens, and the Capitals tonight. Habs at home, Sens, Caps at home. Sens the one team on the road against Utah. Let's move over to the National Football League. Your thoughts on Harbaugh?
Oh, I was just
out.
I mean, it is. There's got to be a lot more to it than this. Now, he'd been there for 18 years. He'd won a Super Bowl. I think he'd been in the playoffs 12 times. Won like the Division 8. Like his numbers, and the fact of the matter is, if Loop doesn't miss that kick, they're at home this week, waiting to host the Houston Texans. Right. So I don't know if you caught Lamar's presser afterwards, but they asked him, if he's going to be back with the Ravens next year and what he thinks about Harbaugh. And he's like, I can't think about anything like that. I just come off the field. I mean, there was nothing to pour cold water on any of that. He just said that, I'm just right off. I can't think or talk about anything like that. And you're like, oh, okay. Because there had been rumors that there had been some friction between Harbaugh and Lamar. I don't know if you're going to do better than John Harbaugh as a head coach, to be honest with you. I mean, there's no guy
pretty
sitting
surprised.
out there. Now, so anyway, shocked about Baltimore, and I think they do. I mean, I know lots of Ravens fans. It'll be interesting. Like, I don't know what Awanek had to say about it.
Well, Awanek figures that he figures that even if they would have made the play, because I was like, man, if Loop hits his kick, is he the coach next year? And he goes, I think they would have had to go on quite a big playoff run to sort of keep him around. He said Matty Falls to Ravens pretty close. He said there's lots of talk about how he's lost the room a little bit finally. So,
well, I mean, there's been a lot of drama about Lamar Jackson, like over the last few seasons.
Yeah,
he missed a bunch of time. People were wondering what was up with him, and but now I mean, thinking, okay, so where does Harbaugh end up now?
Is there any job that's open right now that you think he would go to, or does he wait for something better?
Well, listen, I mean, what the juiciest spot he could go to is the Raiders
in the division with his brother.
Can you imagine if
first
that
overall
AFC
pick
West was Andy Reid, Sean Payton, and both Harbaugh brothers?
Oh, geez, I forgot about Payton. I guess I shouldn't. No disrespect.
I mean, that's part of the reason. Part of the reason why he probably wouldn't go there. I mean, that seems like almost a bit of a suicide.
That's
mission.
A bit of a murderer's row of head coaches. Yeah.
I'm just on the Raiders for a minute. I'm kind of hoping they offer Cignetti the Godfather deal to come in from Indiana after the job that he's done, which is, I mean, an all-time job. He comes into Vegas and they pick Mendoza with the first overall pick.
Oh, wow. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, so that would be a really cool scenario. Although Tom Brady, I don't know if you read this report yesterday, rumors are that Tom Brady is going to give the middle finger to the NFL and hire Brian Flores, who, of course, is in the middle of a discrimination lawsuit against the NFL and 4 of its member teams. And would not that not be the most Raider thing of all time?
Oh, man.
I mean, that the spirit of Al Davis, wherever Al is right now, would be loving that. Oh, we're going to hire a head coach that's in the middle of litigation against the NFL. No one loved to sue the NFL more than the Raiders. And to his credit, he usually won. And of course, Brady sued them too because of the whole Deflategate and all that thing. So it's a very the Raider job, with the fact that they've got the number 1 overall pick and you've got Brady in the building. So you can hope that they'll at least not be Jamarcus Russell selection to nuke the franchise for 10 years. It's a really, really intriguing team. But Harbaugh in the AFC West going head-to-head against Jim twice a year in the Raider-Charger rivalry would just be absolutely incredible. I think the Falcons could be a team. I could see Arthur Blank. He's always seemed to be he's got a real sense of urgency to win. He's getting older. I think he really wants to do it. You've seen with some of the moves that they've made. Now, they did trade their first-round pick this year, which is maybe makes it a little less attractive. But Atlanta's got a bunch of playmakers. I mean, do they have the quarterback? No, probably not. I mean, Penix is...
Nothing against Penix, but might not be that guy.
Yeah, and but I mean, again, you can always add, some...
and if you were to have Harbaugh there, some guys might come. Right, so...
the biggest, when it comes to NFL player personnel, the question that every team that doesn't have a Mahomes or a guy is like, okay, where's the Sam Darnold? Where's the guy that didn't work out in a spot that we can come in, put him in a good situation, and he can flourish? Was it you that was asking me about the back-to-back 13-win seasons?
Yeah, we were talking about that. Now Darnold's back-to-back 14. Only Tom Brady did that. Yeah. Darnold went back-to-back 14 on two different teams, which Brady didn't even do. So
Sammy Darts.
Yeah. How about this one from Aiden over on the chat on YouTube? And if you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for the Lock Shop. We would appreciate it. It says if the Bills lose this week, McDermott and Harbaugh swap spots. Harbaugh takes over the Bills. McDermott goes to the Ravens. Try it again. Wouldn't that be something? Huss had a request yesterday for us to put together a 6-game wild card teaser. So we want to do that today?
Yeah.
Well, let's do that. Hey, we'll move it 6 points, do a little 6-point, 6-game teaser. So let's work through these games. Do you want to just do you want to say we just can tease the spread, or do you want to say we can tease the total too if we want on the game instead of the spread?
You know what? Let's have no limitations.
All right.
Whatever we
Loosey-goosey. Okay, let's start Rams-Panthers. 46.5 is the number. And 10.5, same number as it was yesterday, so it hasn't moved at all. And we got 6 points to play with, Huss. What do you think? Where do you want to move it?
My first instinct would be, and I guess just because I'm thinking, man, 10.5 is a lot to make it 16.5.
Yeah.
There is also part of me that thinks we could be at halftime of that game and it could be 28-3. So I am.
So you like maybe we take the Rams down to 4.5?
I guess the Rams at 4.5. The other thing would be over 40. Over 40.
It'd be over 40.5. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I like the Rams more at 4.5 than the total over 40.5.
I can live with that. The beautiful thing about the teaser is you can win it on either side if it comes in and around the spread. I mean, where could we're basically looking to see avoiding disaster. I mean,
that's what you're doing, right? You're looking to avoid disaster. Yeah. Let's go Rams. Well, Rams
4.5. We think we can
4.5.
the Rams to win by a touchdown.
Okay, Rams 4.5. All right, Packers are still 1-point favorites on the road going into Chicago. The total in this game sitting at 45.5. We got 6 to work with.
So we could take it to Chicago +7.
+7. We could. At home.
We could take it to over 40. We could take it to under 52.
Yep. Or Packers +5.
Packers +5. Huh.
I think I'd side with Ben Johnson, keeping it within a touchdown at least.
Well, and the fact that, I mean, to me, this is basically a pick 'em, but the fact that we get it to Bears 7 as opposed to Packers 5, I think is pretty attractive.
I think that's the play. Okay, so we'll go Chicago 7.
Yeah.
Bills -1 on the road in Jacksonville. The total in this one, the highest total of the week, sitting at 52 points.
It'll be nice weather. Both of these teams can score points.
We would bring it down to
46.
46.
I honestly think Jags +7.
Run that back with the Bears, eh? Like just Jags +7.
Well, I mean, let's think about what Jacksonville's been doing lately. They're playing Buffalo, who cannot stop the run.
Yeah.
I mean, their offense has been.
What's the Bills' rush defense? Isn't it like 31 or something like that?
Yeah,
like
it's
awful.
31st in the league. So I mean, like I can totally see the Bills winning this game, but I mean, I don't think they're running away with it in Jacksonville. And even if they got up, I think that there'd be a real good chance that, the Jags would come and at least make it a 1-score game, via the back door.
Like,
I don't know, where you at?
Well, to me, like the path for the Bills to, let's say, cover the 7, if we move Jacksonville to 7, would be probably the path would be a disastrous day for Trevor Lawrence. But the Bills' defense isn't one that gives me disastrous day for Trevor Lawrence vibes. So I think I'd be with you on Jacksonville +7 as well.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's take the Jag. I think that's going to be a real fun, close game. Like, to be honest, I think you could tease this either way and you're going to win. Like, I don't think either team's winning by more than a touchdown.
Niners, Eagles, as of this morning, it was 5 yesterday. I'm looking at the Niners as +175 underdogs on the money line, and the line is now sitting at 4.5 points. The total is at 44.5. So we could take it down to 38.5, take it up to 50.5, or move the Niners to 1.5 point favorites. And no, you can move the Niners to 10.5 point dogs. Ooh, that might be good.
Listen, I've said all year long, I can't wait to bet against the Eagles in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think that we talked about it yesterday. I thought the 4.5 for the Niners was maybe the most attractive line right then and there. So I'm with you. I'm with you. I think that, like, to get it over 10.
Yeah, 10.5. I think we'd be idiots to do anything but that. Chargers, Patriots. That one's sitting at 4 today. That's be an interesting discussion. Is there one? And the total's at 46.
See, I hate teasing through 0.
Yeah.
But I really do like the Patriots in this game.
So we could make them 2-point dogs, which, I mean, if they lose, well, I think it's going to be
Chargers +10.
I think I like the Patriots plus the 2 better than the
This is a game like with the way New England can score. I mean, if the Chargers have a turnover or something, I mean, they're traveling. It's a night game. It's going to be cold outdoors. Like, to me, this is like, I think I'm going to be on the Pats to cover the spread in this one. So,
yeah. So
I guess
put New England
that,
+2.
Even though, you're taking it through the number, not really a place that you normally like to do it.
All right. And then we've got the Texans and the Steelers. Texans are -3.
Oh, okay. It has gone down to 3. Yeah. I think if you wanted to get Steelers 3.5, you needed to get
it. Was at 3.5 yesterday. Yeah, it was at 3.5 yesterday. The total is 39.5. So we can move the total either down to 33.5 or up to 45.5.
33. That's 14. Like 20.
17-14 would be under the 33. 2017 would cover it. I don't know. You were the one saying that you make a strong case for Pittsburgh. Now, if the Steelers are going to win this game, Huss, or keep it within the 3, is it because their defense holds tight against the Texans defense and we get an under and we should move it up and take the under 45.5?
Well, I would say that, except for the fact that the Texans gave up 30 last week to Riley Leonard in his first start. Like,
yeah,
if they are at their best, if their defense shows up and it is the unit that we saw for most of the year, maybe not in the last couple of weeks, then yeah. But I guess if we wanted to take the Texans, we take Texans to +3. Like, if Pittsburgh wins, I don't think they're running away with it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see the Steelers winning by margin. I do see a possibility that the Texans just, get up early and just, kind of run away with it. The over 33.
Over 33.5, though. Like,
it's a playoff game, right?
Yeah, it's a playoff game.
Back.
I think I know it's the Texans defense, and I don't know. I think my favorite play might be the over 33.5, but
such a low number. Such a low number. I'll tell you what, Aaron Rodgers is looking great. Like, he's going to need to be.
Yeah. I mean, let's I do worry about a world where we come in on Monday and go, why would we take the over in any game involving the Texans defense? And that kind of scares me a little bit.
But it's teased. We're not saying over 39. We're saying over 33.
Maybe it's just Steelers +9 at home in a playoff game. And they do enough to keep it close. And they find a way to, like, they got Watt back last week. He looked okay.
You know what? I'm with you on that. I think I endorse that. Now that I think about it, I was like, oh wow, we can get 3.5 with the Steelers. I might be on that side, but then we're going to add 6 points.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's not get too pretty on this one. Let's just go Steelers +9.
So we're going to go Steelers +9.
Yeah.
Pats -2.
No, Pats +2.
Or sorry, Pats +2. Niners +10.5. Jags +7.
Yeah.
Bears +7.
Yeah.
And Rams
-4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be what we'll do.
That's 6-game tease.
6-game wild card tease. We'll get that up for you probably sometime early this afternoon. I'll be able to get it up. Huss, what's coming up on WST, buddy?
Well. We've got number 10 to talk about.
How many times would I ask you this over the next 4 months? Are you going to start it with, well?
We are going to talk about the World Juniors and some of the players that kind of popped off, as we now will have far more draft content than we normally do for the next 4 months on this program. Oh my God, it's only January, 6 months. But we'll see whose stock was going up and down from the World Juniors, some of the top draft eligible picks, some of the players that were there that were already part of the Winnipeg Jets, and just players that really stood out with Chris Peters, which should be fun. Ken Weeb's going to join us. We'll have more on sort of the state of the Jets right now. Kevin Cheveldayoff did an interview with Sarah. Usually they'll do the media and then he'll follow it up on the broadcast. So he did that last night. We'll play that and listen to it. And then we'll talk some NFL. My guy Feinberg is coming on today. See how he's feeling about the
Chargers guy, right?
Big time Chargers guy. So we'll see what he thinks about the trip to Foxborough as well. And by the way, Poker Gang, tonight, 8 p.m. Winnipeg time, last chance Costa Rica qualifier. So for any of you that want to dip your toes in and get in a WST game, you can check my socials. We'll have the details on that. But 7 o'clock Edmonton time, it gets going, and top 4 will play in the final next Monday.
All right, sounds good, Huss. We will let you slide out, man, and we'll catch up tomorrow. Set up the Oilers and the Jets.
Oh God, can't wait! Looking forward to it. Only the Olympic break was like now.
Yeah. Okay, see you later, buddy. There you go. That's Huss. As you can tell, he's ecstatic to set up the Oilers and Jets tomorrow. With that being said, I don't know. I could see the Jets beating the Oil tomorrow. I could. Maybe I'm a crazy boy, but I think I might see it. With that being said, will we be betting on the Oilers money line tomorrow for an early bird bet? You know it. Ferg from downtown texts in 780-218-9999 says, I wish the NFL would put a coach's hiring freeze on until after the Super Bowl. It's crazy that DCs and OCs interview jobs while preparing for playoff games with current teams. Ferg from downtown. Yeah, what is it? I thought it was like if you're on a bye, so if you're a member of the Denver or Seattle staff this week, can you interview in other places? I thought if you had a game this week, you couldn't. But I might be wrong on that, Ferg. It is wild, though. It's almost as crazy as the transfer portal in college football. Like, I thought I saw something yesterday. I thought it might have been a joke. I didn't confirm it. You guys can tell me but there's like thousands of players in the transfer portal. It's like every quarterback that's not on like one of the top 10 schools is entering the transfer portal. It's you think it's going to change the way? I don't follow college football close enough, but I was thinking about this the other day. Seeing like all these quarterbacks from pretty good quarterbacks from other, not the big schools entering the transfer portal. These bigger schools, are they going to stop trying to recruit the top end high school guy, take a guy who's already a couple years of college under his belt, and those top high school guys will start going to those smaller schools, play there, make a little bit of money, then cash in with bigger money at the bigger schools after a couple of years. I wonder if that's going to change the way recruitment is actually handled a bit moving forward. But I don't know enough about it to actually dive into it. Anyway, I'm intrigued by it. I guess I'll leave it at that. Here's what we got so far. I sent that six game 6-point wildcard weekend teaser over to the guys. They'll start working on that. We've got the early bird bet that is up. Montreal Canadiens to win and the San Antonio Spurs to win tonight. That's plus 126. And then the Lock Shop NHL partner parlay. Habs again. So we really need Montreal tonight. We got them on 2 tickets. Habs, Sens, and Capitals all to win tonight at plus 555. And Hernan, are you going to be on Colin Graff again? Is it a big
No,
Colin?
that ship has sailed.
Okay, that's it. You cashed it, and now you're done with Colin Graff.
I'll move on from Colin Graff.
Makes sense.
Maybe I'll go with that.
People were saying you care more about your individual plays than you do about the screw it, let's do it.
Well, no, because it's different because the screw it is there's 2 other gentlemen that pick, right?
Yeah.
And we have no say.
But have you been blowing it a lot lately compared to?
Well,
Oh,
I haven't.
Zach's-
I
somebody's calling you out.
hit on Monday. Me and Koob hit on Monday. Gager hit yesterday. He said McDavid 3 points.
Oh, God.
I had Hyman goal
And what was the third one?
point, and then he got hurt.
He got hurt. Coob. Classic. Oh, Matty Owanek, who sporadically hosts the Lock Shop, says that Gager carries the screw it, let's do it. Okay. Also claiming that he was 2 for 2 in his screw it, let's do it.
So maybe if we hit 100 thumbs up today on EST Afternoons, Matty will replace Koob.
Oh, I like that.
how
I'm going to do
kicking
that.
Coop out.
Poor Coop, eh? It just doesn't matter, man. All right, we got the oil stream coming up next here on Edmonton Sports Talk. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, stick around. Oil stream starting in less than 5 minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, turn on autoplay. That'll bring you right on over. We've got a game to break down last night, and like a ton to discuss. McDavid with the hat trick. Is he playing better than he ever has? Nuge, 500 assists. Kapanen returns with a goal and assist. 5 hits. The rest of the forward group combined had 4. Roslovic gets to play with Savoy and Howard, and it looks okay. Curtis Lazar gives them a 4th-line goal. Szymanski makes the German Olympic team. And Connor McDavid, over the last month, playing at a 200-point pace. So lots to discuss on the oil stream coming up for Boston Pizza. That's going to do it for the Lock Shop today, brought to you by Play Alberta, as is all of Edmonton Sports Talk. If you are riding with us tonight, good luck, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.